Okay guys, so today we're going to be revisiting my Shiba Inu 2 spikes dream. But before we do that, there's something that you guys might want to be aware of. Now, just recently, I think it was just 2 weeks ago, we had this American musician that he wanted to upgrade his devices, I think it was his laptop. And he decided to download the Ledger Live app on his new device. And it turns out that that Ledger Live app wasn't the real deal. It was actually a phishing or a phishing scam, as they call it. So it was a fake app. And he ended up losing somewhere around $500,000, 400 and something thousand dollars, which is just unfortunate because a lot of it was a part of his retirement fund. And so I saw it and I thought that I had to make you guys aware as soon as possible, because God forbid that happens to one of you guys, because it could happen to any one of us, including myself, because that is very sneaky. You see, it's very effective. That scam is very, very effective, guys. It could most definitely happen to me, because if you were to get a new device and you want to download the new app, whether it's Ledger Live or Tangent or whichever app for one of these cold storages, and you want to put it on your new device, you're hardly thinking that it's going to be fake. You just want to get it downloaded and continue with the process. That's the only thing you're thinking about. Hence, it's very effective. And like I said, this had just recently occurred, and it happened to around 50 different people. And in between a lot of them, around $10 million were stolen. You see, and that there is a lot of money, guys. And that is just unfortunate. So I decided that, I'm going to go ahead and speak about it just to make you guys aware so that you don't fall for this very effective, very convincing phishing scam. So now that I've made you guys aware, all right, in order to avoid any future scams such as this one, I would advise that unless you have to, please just keep from upgrading your devices. The device that you use to, hold the app for your cold storage devices, if you don't have to upgrade that device, just keep from doing that. Because if this guy had just wait out, then he wouldn't fall for this trap. What would occur would be others would have fallen for it, and then he would have learned from them. But now you have other people like me and you guys learning from him. Unfortunately, guys, unfortunately. So what you want to do is, unless you really, really have to, you have absolutely no other choice but to upgrade your device and then go ahead and download the app once again. Just stay clear of it. And then what you want to do also is to go directly to the website, to Ledger's original website and Tangent's website, and then you can download their app from there. So now, let's jump right back into this very powerful Shiba Inu dream that Yah had given me all the way back in, I think it was December of 2021. So I think it was around 4 years ago. So around that time, there was word about Shiba Inu. I think it had, it took off and made a lot of millionaires. And so it captured the attention of a lot of people globally. And it also caused me to ask Yah about it. And I asked him about Shiba Inu for a couple of weeks, I think it was. I was constantly asking him to show me concerning this cryptocurrency. I wasn't all that into asking Yah about cryptocurrencies at that time. It wasn't something that I did often. However, I think it was definitely him that placed it in my heart. Let's put it that way. It was God himself that placed it in my heart to ask him about it. And so I did. And then I remember he gave me this very powerful revelation, this very powerful dream about Shiba Inu, guys. In this dream, the dream started very unusually. Instead of me watching the pump, what occurred was, in the dream, I purchased Shiba Inu. I remember clearly that I had purchased some Shiba Inu, and then after purchasing it and watching it on the screen, I decided to leave to go do something. I don't remember what it was in the dream, but I went to do something very shortly. And so whatever I did, it took around 15 minutes. In the dream, it would be around 15 minutes, not longer than that. And so when I came back, guys, and I sit back on the chair and started looking on the computer screen. I saw what appeared to be this mega dump, as they call it in crypto, or a mega crash, guys, happening with Shiba Inu. But what was interesting was the price, the place where I'd purchased Shiba Inu, it was nowhere near there. Shiba Inu was coming down from the heights. That was the first place that I saw it from. That it was even zoomed up to me. I didn't care or see anything else except for it coming down from all the way up, almost at the top of the screen. It was coming down. And I was like dumbfounded. I was in total shock. I was in awe, guys. Listen, while I was looking at it, then my view was zoomed out. I started looking at it from a greater perspective. And then I realized that it was coming down from a mega pump. So at first, it appears if it was crashing, but while my view was expanded, it was then that I saw that it had already pumped. The time that it took me to walk away from the screen, around 15 minutes, during that short period, Shiba Inu had proceeded to spike to the heights and then is now on its way back down. And guys, this is, all right, with all of these revelations that I received from Yah, including many of you guys as well, it is impossible to share all of the details of these revelations. It's next to impossible. But one of the details that I didn't share was this. When it had spiked, and I saw the spike, the top of it, how can I put this? It was as if the spike itself, I'm going to try my best to describe it. The spike itself was so awesome that it had its own soundtrack, if I can put it this way. I'm trying to interpret it in a way so that you guys can understand it. I hope you guys understand. The spike was so awesome that it's almost as if it had its own soundtrack, and it was moving. The moving average for Shiba Inu, it was almost rocking from side to side because of how awesome it was. You see, it was something incredibly unusual in the crypto space, something definitely unprecedented. You see, and so it was coming back down from this incredibly high spike, and I was just watching it. And so out of panic mixed with a little bit of fear of missing out, because I want to get a piece of this this spike, because it was crashing. So while it was coming down, I was even thinking that, is Shiba Inu about to crash with all of the money that I just put in there, because it's just coming down. And so out of panic and a little bit of fear, I went to the screen to try to sell, and I hit the sell button one time. The whole screen was like freezing and releasing. It was freezing up. So nothing occurred. I hit it again, second time, the sell button. Nothing occurred. And then out of panic, I just started, clicking it continuously over and over and over. Nothing, guys. You see, so that spike was so powerful that it appeared to have frozen the internet, guys, or the exchange, or I don't know. I can only speculate. I don't know what could have caused, the screens to freeze in that manner. You see, in times of increased trading activity, I guess it could be a possibility. However, I was just unable to sell. As a matter of fact, I recall clearly that I was only able to sell at almost the exact same price point that I'd entered into Shiba Inu, which was just crazy. And what had occurred was the buttons that I was pressing, the system decided to execute it at whatever price it's decided. It wasn't on me, because I had to have pressed that button at least 7 to 8 times, guys, just to try to get the order to go through. And so the system automatically sold it whenever it was unfrozen. Let's put it that way. And it so happened to sell it very, almost at the exact same price that I'd entered in, which was very unfortunate and kind of funny. It was very funny to me, I tell you. Not in the dream. In the dream, I was disappointed. But when I woke up, I thought that was just, it was very funny. But what it was a warning, guys. It was a warning to not only to myself, but to all of you guys as well, to make sure that especially whenever it comes to Shiba Inu and this particular spike. This is not a spike that you will be able to trade manually. This will be a limit order spike. Only the ones that have beforehand went ahead and set up their sell limit orders will be able to take advantage of the spike whenever it comes. And it will most definitely come. I didn't show this spike to myself. Ya had shown it to me. So I know that it is most definitely coming, and it will be very, very exciting. You see. Now, at the time, I had no idea how, like, in terms of numbers, where it would go. All I knew was that it was something unprecedented and it would go incredibly high. Now, after receiving the dream and later on searching out the matter from several of you other guys out there, Ya had revealed to you certain price points, and I've searched it out, and I've come to the conclusion that this first spike that I saw, it will go to at least, it will go up to $1, but the first spike will go to at least $2. The top of this first spike, it will go to at least, which means that the lowest price, the lowest point that this first spike will go before it starts to crash will be at least $2, $2, guys. You see, that's what I found out after searching it out. You know, and that's coming from several of you guys out there. And so Ya had given me the sell prices for this first spike, which is around 1 cent, around 10 cents, and around $1. But regardless, it is going up in this first spike. The top will be at least $2. And I'm not saying that the top is going to be exactly $2. It will be at least $2 for this first spike. And then now, after I'd seen it come all the way back down, and the computer had executed my sell order that I was trying to put in manually, I then watched it. And then it continued to go sideways. It was consolidating for a period, and I was just watching it. And there was this other guy, somebody else was there beside me, and they were like, look at it, it's about to go up again, it's about to go up again. And I was like watching it, the both of us, we were watching it. And then it took off again, guys, and started going all the way back up. And guys, let me tell you this. This second spike, however big that first one was, it had completely and totally dwarfed that first spike, making it appear to be like a little bump on the screen in comparison to this second spike. Now, in regards to this second spike as well, I've also searched it out. And as I've stated, the first spike will go to at least $2, but this second spike, guys, it will go up to at least $50, at least $50. And this is after searching it out. And if you think that that's anything, and I believe that it will, based off of what I saw in my vision, it will most definitely do it. So if you believe that $50 is ridiculous and ludicrous, is unbelievable, that is nothing. The highest prices, people have seen Shiba Inu go to $4,000. Some have seen it at $5,000. And the absolute highest price that I've ever heard before is around $25,000. And it's most definitely possible. That's not, these prices have been seen also for Dogecoin, 25,000 and 50 grand coming in the future. But what could cause Shiba Inu to spike that high? Especially, let's talk about the second spike. Or it doesn't matter, first or second spike. What could cause Shiba Inu to spike that high? Now, aside from the obvious Bitcoin crash and the liquidity shifting into Shiba Inu, aside from that, for we know that that is pretty obvious. I've been explaining that to you guys, over and over again here. But aside from that, we all know that. What else could cause it to spike that high? This is what could cause it to spike that high, guys. In another dream, another vision rather, Ya showed me that Shiba Inu will be completely sold out. Right now, I think the total supply of Shiba Inu is around 580 something trillion in its total supply, I think. So there's trillions of Shiba Inu circulating, going around, or it's in its total supply then, rather. So that amount would have to be reduced dramatically. Now, according to this vision, where Ya showed me that it will be completely sold out, in order for Shiba Inu to be completely sold out, I'm thinking that there would have to be a massive burn, a mega burn that would take out at least 50% of its, or even more than 50% of its total amount, of its total supply. That would most definitely contribute to that type of spike that I saw in my dream. I'm pretty sure of it. So as a result, I honestly do believe that at some point, the devs behind Shiba Inu, they're going to do a mega burn. And that's going to drive the price of Shiba Inu over the moon, literally. I believe that that's going to contribute to its pump. Now, another thing that I've also searched out, which was very important, very important. I searched out because I wanted to know when this pump was going to come and how it's going to play out, which is very significant. I later searched out and found out that Shiba Inu would first crash down all the way to zero before it made that $1 move, which is the first spike. Before it makes that $1 move, it would first go to zero. Now, saying that, could Shiba Inu have any pumps before it crashes to zero? Of course, because what I'm talking about here is the $1 move. Before it goes to $1, it will go to zero. It will first crash to zero, even as I've seen it before. You see, I've already shared it with you guys that I was frustrated as to where to place my Shiba Inu low limit buy orders, and Yah showed it to me plainly. He showed it to show how concrete and certain this was. Yah showed it to two of his children. He showed it to me and another sister on the same night. Two people that didn't even know each other. Yah showed it to, guys. So he gave both of us confirmations of each other's dreams that occurred on the exact same night, that Shiba Inu will crash to zero. I saw it, guys. It was crashing in stages until it went literally down to zero. At its inception, it was around 10 zeros, I think, and it will go back that low before it goes all the way to $1. So that there is the order. We know that whenever Bitcoin starts to crash even further, it's going to pull Shiba Inu down with it. And this flash crash that will take it down to zero, it may even be as a result of a fat finger error, as they call it. When these whales dump a large quantity of Shiba Inu and it causes it to flash crash to all-time lows, that may contribute to Shiba Inu dropping down to those large amount of zeros, down to the 8, 9, and possibly even 10 zeros. Now, we all know that, it won't show up like that on the exchanges because the exchanges have limitations. But however low they allow the limit orders to be placed on the exchanges, trust me, Shiba Inu will go down that low. Some of them, they allow 8 zeros. Some of them, they allow 7 zeros. But you can rest assured that those prices are most definitely coming before we have that pump that will take Shiba Inu all the way up to first $1, at least $2, before we have another mega crash in Shiba Inu. And then comes the second spike that will take Shiba Inu up to $10, guys. $10, $30, and even up to $50. So that is what's coming for Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is most definitely a key coin in the wealth transfer, and majority of the body of Christ are going to partake in the wealth transfer using this coin, Shiba Inu. It's very anointed, and God has the appointed time for Shiba Inu. I don't know exactly when its time will come. I can only assume. You see, I can only assume, guys. I don't know. No, I don't think anyone knows unless Yah reveals that to them. But personally, whenever it comes to Shiba Inu, I've always been watching for the December time period. In December, guys, you see, we have to be watchful for Shiba Inu. Especially, you have to check out the price of Shiba Inu in relationship to December, or in relationship to the proximity, then rather, in relationship to the proximity to December. Watch Shiba Inu's price in relationship to the proximity to December, which means that you want to watch where the price is or where it's headed the closer we get to December, and that will tell you when or how near that spike is coming. You see, because if ever you're to see Shiba Inu starts going lower, down even into 6 and 7 zeros, somewhere around, let's say, September, October, November, then we know that from December into January, into the next year, we're going to have that spike. And as far as the time period, in my dream, It appeared to have occurred in just 15 minutes. And after that, I've since then searched it out and came to the understanding that more times than not, whenever you see these fast moves in these dreams, it actually plays out a little bit longer. It plays out longer in reality than what you actually see it in the dreams. So what I'm thinking is this move will take a couple of days. This spike for Shiba Inu to $1, it won't be within a 15-minute period, is what I'm thinking. More than less, it will be longer than that. You see, it will take at least a couple of days to do that, at least. It may be days to weeks or months, but I don't think it will be in 15 minutes. But in my dream, literally, that's how long it took. To the point where it was so fast that I didn't even catch the spike, guys. It was when I came back, the spike had already occurred, and I was just witnessing the end of it, you see. So that was just awesome. And I thought that I'd go over it again for you guys out there just to get you guys excited, especially you Shiba Inu fans, you guys who have been holding Shiba Inu for so many years, just to give you some hope and let you know that it's most definitely coming. And Yah is very faithful in the things that he shows us, and they will come at the appointed time. So be encouraged, guys. And remember that the Shiba Inu spike is coming, 2 of them, and they're going to be something that we've never seen before. They're going to be incredible, guys. You see, they're going to be newsworthy, and they're going to create many multimillionaires. So make sure that you have your low limit buy orders in place and don't mess with them, just so that you won't miss out whenever the time comes for these moves for Shiba Inu. First, it will go down, and then it will have that spike. So guys, that's all I'm going to share in this video. You guys, please take very good care of yourselves. Peace, shalom. Until next time.